Hello there and welcome to this dashboard tutorial where we will going to look at how we can create a dashboard like this. So this is a dashboard within Tableau where we are trying to answer the question, where does each generation spend their money? So we have four different generations, which is millennials, generation X, baby boomers and traditionalists, and the ranking of each of the generation is given over here, as you can see. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I just select over here this particular category where they are making their spending, so it's like ELEC, electronics, hobbies or clothing, then the number one is basically the millennials, and then generation X and their respective percentage of spending. Similarly, if we see furniture, building, the respective ranks will be highlighted along with the information. So in furniture and building, the baby boomers are spending more as compared to the traditionalist, generation X and millennials. But if you look at where or which generation is spending more on gasoline, then here millennials are going ahead. So if you see, millennials are spending a lot on the hobbies, gasoline and the restaurant, as you can see, and their respective information. So this chart or this visualization is very interesting. If you have not selected anything, nothing is displayed over here. But if you select anything or any category over here, which is as part of the menu, then the respective details for each of the generation is displayed over here. So how we can create a visualization like this, which clearly shows this ranking from over here, that how the ranking is moving as part of these categories and under which category, which generation is making the spending. So over here, general, miscellaneous, grocery and pharmacies are basically the traditionalist best spending area. So this chart gives a lot of information, and creating this within Tableau requires slight adjustment into the existing charts or the existing line chart. As you can see, instead of the year or time duration, we are using the categories. And then another slight complexity is keeping these categories as part of the menu. So generally you see that the categories are displaying down there, and then moving from here to up here requires some technical know-how of the inside options of the Tableau. So we will look all of this and see how we can create this chart from the scratch. Alright, so let's move ahead. So what I'm going to do is come out of this by pressing the escape button and press Ctrl N, so that we have a altogether new workbook from where we can start from the scratch. So if I just go ahead and add the data, so if I just click on connect the data, it's in the Excel file which is given to you. So this is the consumer spending by generation. So this has columns like the percentage of spending, category, description, a long description about the spending and all. Then their start age and end age. So start age is here, end age is here, what as per the category, generation category, and the year born. So a specific year range is given. So for example, 1981 to 1997 is given over here, which has been identified as millennials, and then generation as is 1965 to 1980. Then you have baby boomers 1946 to 1964, and then traditionalists 1945 and before. All right. So once we have this data, we will come into the sheet 1, and what do we need is basically the information about. So first of all, what we need is category in columns, right? And we need basically the percentage of spending. So here we have a very simple chart which indicates the different categories. So if I just change this from automatic to line, this is how a line chart will going to look like, which is connecting the different bar points. So we had the bar up till here, the second bar was here. Now the next step is how to add the generation information, so that we have the generation information for each of the categories. So for that, we will pull the generation over here on the color. So now we have a chart. So if I just change this to entire view, we have a clear chart which is indicating the spend of different generation, right? Now what I need is basically a ranking, right? Not just the actual one, but the ranking of the spending. So I will just click over here, go to quick table calculation and click on rank. Once I add the rank, you see the visualization has changed, because now we are looking at ranking but not the actual spend. So over here we have ranking. So one thing we just need to make sure to put the chart in the right structure, that we need the spend over here, compute using, we need the spend using the generation. So once you click on the generation over here, if I just repeat that, because this is the major step, compute using generation, because generation rank you need to identify. That's why we are computing using the generation. So once you have the generation, you have the ranking, right? But if you see, the rank number 4 is coming at the top and rank number 1 is coming down there. So what you can do is, you can right click over here, click on edit access and check here reversed. That's all you need to do to put the rank 1 over here. So now the rank 1 is coming at the top and the rank 4 is coming down there. So we are halfway through in creating a chart like this, if you see, right? But we just need to do some more formatting. So the formatting, for that we need to pull these circles. So for that, what I'll do is I will just duplicate this by holding down my control key, as I'm using Windows, holding down the control key and dragging it to over here. So now we have one more chart over here, which is, the first chart is this one and the second chart over here is this one. Now I will change this from line to circle, right? And to use this circle on top of these lines, what I need to do is click over here on the second pill or the second expression and click on the dual axis. Once I add the dual axis, my circles are on top of the lines. After that, over here on this axis, which is a axis for the circle, I need to click on synchronize axis, and then I will right click, hide this by unchecking the show header on both the sides. So now I have almost similar visualization, but now I just need to add the ranking over here. So to add the ranking, what do I need to do is, since circles are from the second expression, so I'm gone into the second expression where circle is present, and I'm clicking on label and clicking on show mark labels. Once I click on show mark labels, the mark labels are enabled. So if I just go back again, because it has given me the first expression, so show mark labels are over here. So what I just need to do is make sure the alignment is right. So to align that, I will use this middle alignment, which will put the numbers inside this. So right now Tableau is intelligent enough to show you, if I just come out, that for red, white is making more sense, the font is white, and for orange, black is making sense. But for now I want to override this to make it much more beautiful. So I'm going into the label. I am first of all changing the font to Tableau bold and then making the font white for all the values. So now over here for orange or for anything, my visualization is white. So now I have this complete visualization that is present over here. So with the help of just few settings, we have created this visualization. Now the important part is that how to put these categories. So if I just select this, it will select this information or these rankings so that it is highlighted for us. Similarly, if I select this, it is highlighted. But important point is, how do you move these categories from here to here? Now that's where I've spent most time, and I've figured it out finally where the setting is. So if I just try to drag this up like this, nothing happens. If I right click over here, look for the option like keep only, exclude, hide, format, rotate, show header, edit, no option is given to me which can tell me that I will put the category on top. Or if I just come over here, it doesn't give me any information, any detail or any option which can put this category on top. So what do I need to do? So without any due or delay, I will just go to here in the analysis. Over here you have table layout, you have advanced option, and you need to uncheck this option which shows show innermost level at bottom of view when there is a vertical axis. So if I uncheck this, click apply. Okay, so now my categories are on top. So that's the basic setting which you need to be aware when you want to move that categories from down to up or from bottom to up. So what I'll do right now is uncheck this or remove this category. I will right click and hide the label, and even I will hide this title as well. So what I'll do next is right click on the format, and over here right now the formatting is default. So for now what I'll do is I will do the shading of gray and make the font as white, and I will add the Tableau bold and make the font or increase the font to 14, let's say, or maybe 12, which will going to make sense. And I will just put it in such a way that it will look like it is a menu. And then in that font over here, no, not here, but I believe here in the label you must have the wrap text option over here. Wrap text is on and off. You can check or uncheck that. Okay, so this was for the ranking but not for this one. So that's why I was just trying to figure out if I can show you all this text over here. So to do that, again we have to go into the format. So I will right click on the format, and I will come over here in the alignment option, and over here in the header I will wrap the text on. So now you will see the menus are coming properly. So just need to be aware where you need the alignment or wrap text or the settings to be present. So now our first chart is prepared, which is like this. The next chart we have is basically a simple bar chart. If you see this particular chart, which is nothing but the bar chart. So if I just select something over here, it's a bar chart. So interesting point over here in this bar chart is this textual information which is coming at the left, right? Not as a category, like at the extreme left, and then the information is starting. So just to make it more attractive, I have again used the dual axis, as you can see it over here. So let's duplicate this. So what do we have is basically the generation over here. As you can see, we have category and generation which we need to take. So, and we have percentage of spending, and for this generation we need expense for each of the category. So we have category and now the generation. I will just sort it in the ascending order so that the information come properly over there in a sorted way. After that I will just put the generation on the color so that it is properly highlighted when you are presenting over there in the dashboard. So this is the minimum setting that we need to do. After that, what do we need is basically over here a duplicate chart like this, and for after we have done that, we don't need category as a header. So I will just go ahead and click on show header, and after that we have all of these options like different millennials and all these category. So I don't need this particular bar chart. So what I can do is I can come over here in generation in the first chart and make the opaque as 0%, right? But I need the labels over here. So what I'll do is I will put the generation over here in the category label, and I will make the alignment as left aligned over here, and I will just hide this particular labels. So if I uncheck that, so we have these different labels. Some of them are hidden, but they will just come in a few minutes. If I just put this into an entire view, they will come properly. What I just need to do now is come over here and click on the dual axis. It is changed to automatic, which is circle, so we can again change it to the bar. So on the bar, they are coming on the right hand side. So what we can do is again come over here in the alignment. We can make it like left, and one more thing we need to do is right click on synchronize axis, so that say axes are synchronized. And one more check which I will do is come over here and put it on the left, just so that everything is properly organized. And one last thing we need to do just to align them on the left is from automatic to make it a bar. So now they are all aligned to the left. I just uncheck this show header, uncheck this. I don't want to use the title, and even this is also I don't need, because I will display the labels in front of them by coming over here and show label, and this should be okay. And after that, one last thing is this, I will just add it to the white so that they are coming properly. So over here in this white, and I will make it 10, and font I will make it bold. So now this information is coming like for all the categories spent, because once we will select the category, it will just filter down that particular category and shows you the generation where it is spending more. Another thing is formatting these numbers. So what I'll do is I come over here and click on the format in the text for these particular numbers. So field is basically percentage of spending, and over here in the number I will change it to the percentage to 1 decimal, and that should be okay. So okay, right click. If I click over here on the format, ideally it should give me, but let me try it one more time. Format over here, and then from automatic to percentage I want one level. Well, let me try one more time over here. Format, on the labels, text. So the text that we are displaying is marked labels. One last thing we may need to do is come over here in pane, and yeah, this is related to the pane, so I will just change it to the percentage. Now it is changed to the percentage as I was trying to change it. So now this information is over here. So what we need to do is finally create a dashboard over here and pick the sheet 1 over here and the sheet 2 over here, and hide this over here. So based on the selection that we are making over here, we need to filter this, right? So I will just uncheck this hide title. So now that it is coming properly over here. Now what I'll do is come into the dashboard, click on the actions, add the action, filter action. Based on the sheet 1, which is this, I want to filter sheet 2. And when we are clearing the selection, you basically exclude all the values. That means don't show. Otherwise, all these values doesn't make sense. So what it will show is nothing. Click OK. OK. And once we click this over here, right, ideally it should work. Let me try to go into the action one more time. Okay, it was based on the menu, so we need to move on to the select. Click OK. OK. And once we click on gasoline, this information is coming to us. If I select general, if I uncheck, the information is gone, like we were doing it over here in this dashboard. Now it's all about adding this text, which is where does each generation spend their money. Select the category below to view the detailed report. The same thing we can do by adding the text. So what I'm doing right now is hiding this title and adding a text over here and saying where does each generation spend their money. Click the categories below to view the detailed bar chart or something more meaningful as per your needs. So I'm just selecting this, making it Tableau bold. I like this because this shows the information pretty clear. 16. And we will make this as Tableau bold and maybe 10. And this should all be central, and click OK. Alright, makes sense. I will just arrange this properly. Where does each generation spend their money? So you can change the formatting as you want. Just showed you. But if I click the chart now, my chart is displayed like this. One last thing you may want to do is percentage of spend in grocery by generation. If you want to do that, what you can do is create a new sheet, maybe as a title over here, and put the category on text. So because what we are showing over here is groceries based on the selection. So percentage spend in grocery by generation. So we have added the category on text over here. I'm just clicking on the text and coming over here, and we are saying percentage of spend in category by generation. Again, formatting it little bit, making it 10 or maybe 12 as per our needs. Click OK. Right click this, hide the title. Now this is showing everything, but as we will pull into the dashboard and apply the action filter, it will not show you that information. So I will just remove that, hide the title, come to the dashboard, actions, filter, edit, from sheet 1, filter the sheet 2 and title, and when we are clearing the selection, exclude all the values, click OK, OK, and now you should see percentage of spend. So it is not showing you the entire. Let me just expand this detail. So now percentage of spend in the category is by generation. So this is now also automated. So this follows everything what I wanted to show you in this dashboard, and you can see within just 25 minutes we have created this final dashboard, which you can further explore because you have other like start age and end age and description, year born, all of that different fields which is available. So if you want to explore more, you can explore, but this is what I wanted to show you, a very beautiful and good looking dashboard.